Who loves breakfast for supper? I know we do around our house. And tonight I'm making quiche. This is our family's favorite quiche. And if you have some Easter leftovers hanging around, this is a great way to use up some ham, maybe even some of those veggies. Hi, I'm Laura, and I invite you to make yourself at home and join me as I make some quiche for dinner tonight. The ingredients for this quiche are pretty basic. I'm going to start with a pie crust. We've got our eggs, some salt and pepper. And for this particular quiche, I'm using some jarred diced pimentos. I've got some diced onion, and I've got some cream cheese and milk. I'm going to start by getting my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And when it gets up to temperature, we'll put the pie crust in. Okay, I'm going to get my pie crust in the oven to bake. So I'm blind baking or partially baking my pie crust, which takes about 15 minutes at 350 degrees. And while that's going, I'm going to start to work on my milk and cream cheese mixture. So this quiche is kind of interesting. Most quiches take some kind of cheese, some egg, and some dairy, some milk product. So this one takes cream cheese instead of a traditional cheddar or Swiss or something like that that you might normally add to a quiche. And what you want to do is you take this 1 8-ounce block and 1 cup of milk and you heat it on low heat and just try to get it fully combined. You want the cream cheese to melt into the milk, and you see I'm starting to break it apart as it does start to warm up, and just fully incorporate that into the milk. If you've never made quiche before, you might be a little intimidated by it, but I hope this takes away that intimidation factor because if you have made it before, you know it's actually pretty simple and kind of hard to mess up because it's more of a method as opposed to a recipe. You can do just about whatever you want with it. So, this one I'm making today, I'm not adding any meat to it, but you can always add any kind of meats that you want. It's a great use for that leftover Easter ham, or if you want to add some breakfast sausage or some bacon to it, all of those would be great. It's a great dish to add some veggies into as well. This one, you see, I'm keeping actually pretty basic with the diced onions and pimentos, but you could do some bell pepper of any color or variety you want, and you could do garlic, mushroom, you could do broccoli or asparagus. Those might even be hanging around after Easter, perhaps, and they're really good combined with that ham. Those are pretty popular combinations in quiche. So I'm finishing up here with the cream cheese and milk mixture. I heated it all through and got everything combined until there are no lumps. And I'm moving on. I set that aside onto a back burner so that it can begin to cool off just a bit. And then I'm going to move on to sauteing my diced onion. So this is pretty basic. I just started with just a touch of oil in the bottom of that pan, and I had about a quarter cup of diced onion, and I'm just going to saute them till they get fairly soft. And that's just a personal preference. You can do whatever you want to do. You honestly don't even have to saute them if you don't want to. The quiche is going to bake for about 35 minutes. If you don't saute them, they're not going to be as soft in the finished product, and that's what I'm going for. But you do whatever you want to do. You saute them, you don't, and get them to whatever doneness you prefer. My onions were beginning to brown a little quicker than I wanted them to, so I used my little trick where I added a splash of water to the pan and allowed them to cook that way. And that just allows them to get softer without getting any browner, and that did the trick. Okay, those are looking good and soft. I'm going to turn this eye off. And now we're going to turn around to the other counter and put together the rest of our quiche. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drain my diced pimentos. Okay, let's get cracking on the eggs. I'm going to do 6 eggs. Now, you don't have to do 6. You can cut that back to 5 or even 4. In fact, I would suggest that if you're going to add meat into your quiche. I'm not adding meat tonight, but depending on what all you want to put in it, you may want to cut back to leave room because the eggs will bake up nice and fluffy in your quiche. Before I add anything else, I'm going to take a fork and just break my yolks up and start to whisk these a little bit. That'll just make it easier when I add in my cream cheese mixture. All right, that's good. Okay, now we're going to slowly add this. It's still warm, but it's not quite as hot. But because it is warm, we're just going to start slow just to temper the eggs. And once you've got a little in and mixed up, you can go ahead and add the rest. And this is just going to give our quiche a nice creamy consistency, more so than any other quiche I've ever had. Okay, now we're just going to do a sprinkle of salt and pepper. You don't have to measure any of this. There again, you can add whatever seasonings you want. If you add veggies and meats, you can cater your seasonings to go with those if you want to. But for today, I'm just doing salt and pepper. Now I'm going to add my onions. And my pimentos have finished draining. So I'm going to get those added in. And my pie crust just finished baking. Okay, that's it. Now we're just going to get everything mixed up and ready to pour up in our pie crust. Okay, that looks good. So just a heads up, this is a 10-inch pie crust. If you're wanting to convert this to a 9-inch, I would just cut back on a couple eggs. I don't think I had my pie crust up quite high enough on my pie plate, so I am a little eager with my filling here. I'm going to stop with that, and I'm actually going to bake that separately. I'll do a crustless quiche in some muffin tins, actually, is what I'll do. Okay, we got this in the oven. We're going to bake it for about 35 or 40 minutes. Okay, I have just finished pouring up the rest of this. So I've got 4 little muffin bites, egg bites in muffin cups, and we'll get those popped in the oven as well. The egg bites cooked for 17 minutes, and the quiche cooked for exactly 35 minutes. When I went to check it at the 35-minute mark and I pulled it out, I noticed it was completely set. There was no jiggle in the center, and the crust was a perfect golden brown. I let it sit for about 15 minutes before I cut into it. It's going to cut up much better if you do that, and it's going to be much firmer and easier to scoop out. So we were ready for dinner at this point, and I give it a cut and get everything else plated up, and I will give it a taste here in just a minute. Okay, I'm ready to taste test this. Mm, so good. Just like I love it. And I don't know, did you see what's for supper? We got quiche and hash browns and some fresh fruit. So we're going to sit down and enjoy this, and I hope you'll give this quiche a try. I really appreciate you being with me today. This quiche is so basic, so inexpensive. I do hope you'll give it a try, and I hope you love it just as much as we do. I hope you're having a great day.